Coming up outside, now inside.
That's why they give you hundreds of times. Now you know you can spit it. You got the whole run vibing the same. You ain't doing it to watch the change. You got love for the game.
Welcome to Love of the Game. I'm your host SJ, and join with me today for our Ultimate Basketball League show, I got Ilisia Washington from Glebe Magic. How are you today, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Life's going great. Now, best time of the season, man. UBL Finals, Glebe Magic. You guys are kind of starting to find your feet for these semi-finals. First opposition, you're versing Lurch in the Div 2 elimination final. How are you guys feeling heading for this game?
Hey, honestly, so since I'm like a late Glebe joiner, I think that it took a little bit for us to find our grounding, but ultimately, I think everybody's kind of like ready to get at it now. I personally feel really good. One of my good friends is on Lurches, so I'm really excited to play them because I really just want to beat their ass. But ultimately, yeah, I think everybody's kind of like on a high because, you know, we just got off a really good win last game, and the game before that we came off a good win. So I think we're really feeling good going into it right now.
Nah, let's put a name to it, man. Who's your close mate?
Isiah Pinder. He just dropped like 40 last week, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah, even him, he's kind of had a few weeks off, so he's come into the right time of the season.
Exactly, yeah.
And also your boys, I know, look, there's a few extra guys that came in. Athien Williams had himself a game, 21 points, I think, and 30 rebounds.
Yeah.
You got Jimmy McCann, Shuto. You got your two shooters, Vicaro and Malik.
Yeah.
What do you guys need to do to kind of get this dub?
Honestly, just hit shots, keep finding open guys, and then just getting really dirty on defense, man. Like, honestly, just being able to, because last time we played Lurches, they were really physical. So I think that with us being a smaller team and, Lurches usually having a couple, 6'6" plus guys, that'll be really key for us as far as, taking away from, their paint presence and, the physicality they bring onto the court.
Yeah, man, I love watching Lurches play because they're kind of like an old physical team. And
exactly.
They have that number 12, the two Evich brothers, but especially that number 12, I call him the one-man fast break. Once he gets that rebound, bro, he just puts his head down. And just
downhill, you're not stopping him. When he's downhill, you're not stopping him.
Beautiful. For the qualifying final, you got the Wildcats Blue up against KBC. Now, the Wildcats Blue, man, a lot of their boys kind of were playing in that big event this Sunday at UBL up against the Dream 116, and bro, they're feeling themselves. So what makes this team dangerous? Because I got them kind of like the favorite for these Div 2 finals. So what makes them dangerous?
Yeah, Wildcats Blue, I think what makes them dangerous is the fact that they've been playing together and the camaraderie and the chemistry they got. So a lot of the guys know each other and they play well together. So I think that's one of the biggest things that you would need for a team to be able to survive in the long run. Just knowing you have guys you trust and guys that you know will show up when you need it. That's kind of really key in any sporting event, anything. It's just knowing that you have guys with chemistry, knowing that it's going to be all right at the end of the day. But yeah, I agree. They're going to be a tough team to beat. I'm excited to see them.
Yeah, because a lot of those boys play for Hornsby Spiders in the NBL1 East also.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they got a good coach. They got a good system there. They're kind of learning playing against the bigger boys, especially the ones that are in the NBL1 East. So it's going to be exciting to see their growth this NBL1 East season.
Yeah,
and
honestly.
Some of their highlights that they had, I think Kobe Finch playing in the 1-on-1, got that big block and that dunk.
Yeah. He honestly took me by surprise, man. He's just he's a really physical guy, and he's super athletic, uber athletic. So it's combining both of those, it's obviously a recipe for success.
There's one more player that I got to talk about. Well, we'll talk about that in a bit, because it kind of happened to you also, but I do want to talk about it. For the Div 1
I think I have an idea.
Yeah. Now, for the Div 1 finals, elimination final, you got Fastbreak MVP up against Southwest Sonics. Now, Fastbreak MVP were flying, and then they kind of hit a road bump, 2 losses. But the last game against Wildcats Gold, I think 3 of their best players were sitting out. Chappel, Majok, and Henry McKinney. They kind of won that tournament at PCYC, so they're kind of coming into this game with a bit of momentum. Southwest Sonics, a young squad, a lot of talent there. Do they have a chance?
Honestly, you can never rule anybody out, in my opinion. I think if you're willing to try your absolute hardest and you're able to figure it out, you can really you can beat anybody. Like, it goes all the way back to the David and Goliath story. Like, nobody thought David was gonna beat Goliath, but he did it. So it's like a thing of knowing, like, obviously knowing your personnel, but being able to play under control and know how to read the game for what it is, because a lot of people want to play hero ball and do everything they can, and ultimately you need all five guys to lock in to be able to beat a team.
Yeah, and look, the Southwest Sonics had a big test, man. They came up against Breakdown Basketball on the weekend, and bro, they held their own.
Exactly.
I'm spewing because the UBL leading scorer Jonah Tuilata, I don't think he's playing also, but the rest of their squad is pretty intact, led by Coach Hamadi. And bro, for me, the key for this game, if Sonics are to have a chance, Doc Mama, he's got to hit about 30.
Honestly,
hit his threes, they can just have a wonder.
Yeah, I honestly, I always go for the underdog. I'm not gonna lie. I always love to see people that are not subjected to win, really just get gritty and come out with a W. So obviously, I'm gonna be looking out for them and hoping that they do something. But you gotta hope for the best and expect the worst.
100%. Look, I'll go for the Detroit Pistons. So supporting an underdog is pretty much basis of my whole life out there, bro. So.
Honestly, that's too much of an underdog. You can't. That's so far gone.
But the tide's turning. Cade Cunningham, we trust. Let's go.
Hey, I trust Cade Cunningham. You got to get the rest of the team on board, man.
Look, it's starting to get there. We're starting to be competitive, so that's all we can ask for, especially for the last 10 years.
Honestly, yeah.
All right, now for the main event, you got Wildcats Gold up against Breakdown Basketball. Now, this time last year, Wildcats Gold actually defeated Breakdown in the same matchup, qualifying final. And, man, I've got to put my money where my mouth is also. I'm calling Breakdown Basketball as my favourites to win this whole competition. Look, led by Nay, they kind of have that UBL CP3. I'm just going to call it the UBL CP3.
Yeah.
Their team. And then with Luke Jamison, Cooper Wilkes,
Mm-hmm.
they got the size there because... For me, I'm basing this on that matchup up against Fastbreak MVP, where they were just too big. So that's my prediction. A lot of people ask me what's my prediction, so there it is. I'm looking Breakdown Basketball. What's your take, bro? Who's your favorite to kind of take out this Div 1 finals?
I'm a little biased, man. I got some guys on Wildcats Gold. Alex Foster and some of the other guys on there, but Nay's my boy. I got some other guys on Breakdown too, so I got to go Breakdown, man. And just seeing the way they played against MVP and the chemistry they got, and just when they got momentum, it's so hard to stop them. Mm-hmm. Those guys are just rolling, and there's just so many highlight plays that goes on, and Sharif, my boy, he be with the handles, and he be hitting these crazy shots. So it's just yeah, I think those two, Nay and Sharif, at the head front, I think they're going to bring out a W against them. I'm biased. And honestly, I'm a basketball player, I got to say where it is. They got a good team, and honestly, personnel-wise, they got a deeper bench. So I'm gonna say Breakdown.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because, man, I've been looking forward to these finals because all four of these teams, I'm going to pull Southwest Sonics into it. They all play a different style of basketball, and I personally love the way Wildcats Gold play their game. Just solid vets. Everyone knows their role, team chemistry, and bro, when they start hitting them threes, man, Johnny Edwards, Nico, underrated player. Loves his drives, gets in there, and led by Alexander Foster, and also Tony Tolliver.
Tony, yeah.
He's the X factor for that team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be an interesting game, and can't wait for it. And I want to ask you too, man, what makes Breakdown Basketball your favorite? As I said, I know you kind of said they got Sharif, they got all these four dominant players, but what makes them work?
I think it's just them knowing what each other does. It's a very powerhouse and talent driven team, and any team that has a lot of talent, their biggest struggle is just trying to get guys that are ball dominant or main scorers on other teams to really break it down and be like, well, we need you for this game. We need you for that, this game. Because, everybody wants the ball. But how are we going to get everybody a touch or make everybody at least look good? But, like, I feel like everybody has to understand, like, it's not always about you at all the time. So it's like, once they figure out, how to make it work and, like, who's bringing the ball up, this and that, like, who can we trust to, get a bucket when we need it, I think that's what's going to make the drive for them to really, like, take it to the finals and actually win the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And on that note, I got to give you a lot of love also, bro, because the way you play the game the right way. Like, as you said, I saw you come in, I think, only about, 4 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Should be about, yeah.
I think it was against Lurches.
Yeah.
You both had those 2 dunks, like you, Curtis Evers, I posted it up, and he kind of blew up, and everyone's like, hey, bro, you back in the league? But, you play the game the right way. You still kind of find your players, and you don't chase the game. Even when some of your players, like, are missing their shots, you tell them, hey, keep your head up, bro, and you keep finding them again, and then they drill it, give them a high five and things like that. And, so I do enjoy watching you play also. So I have to give you some respect for that.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Now, let's go to our UBL sort of top 3 headlines of the week. Number 1, I got crossover basketball stacked with the whole NBL1 East talent. And you made an appearance yourself. How did you get that phone call, and what was that experience like?
It was funny. I think it was actually off of your highlight reel of me, off of one of the dunks, one of the highlight reels. Max hit me up. He's like, "You're back." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hey, we got this event coming up. We need you, bro. Like, come on." I was kind of iffy about it at first, but he's like, "Hey, there's just a bunch of stuff. It'll be a good experience. Get you some gear. Hook you up, make you look good." I was like, "Awesome. I'm all for it." And, Max and me are cool. Last time I was here, I met him and stuff. So, ultimately, once he told me the team and like who was on it, and I was like, okay, these are good guys. I can see myself being on it, because it's just like, it's one thing playing with a bunch of players that are like a little amateur, but then it's another thing when you like, these guys know what they're doing. So I'm like, yeah, it'll actually be fun at that point. And so I won't have to try like extremely hard, but that was my mindset kind of going into it, was just like, I just want to have fun. So he kind of made it apparent, like, yeah, it'll be a fun experience. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, man, because when I saw your name on that list, I was like, fuck, sweet, bro, that's a gangster squad. Any chance you're going to be playing Summer Jam with them too, or not?
Hey, I asked him. He said the roster was full, but if anybody drops out, you might see me make an appearance, man. Yeah, you never know.
Because, man, look, I want to talk about that game too, because there was one thing in particular that really, really caught my eye. And this kind of goes out for any young person out there that's kind of playing these games, these one-off exhibitions. You never know who's watching. But James Tui, NBL1 East all-star defender, man. He's pretty much always there. And I love watching him play. Like, he's a three-point sniper, but, man, he competes every play. And when I think it was what's his name? Sorry, I'm my mistake. Robert Collin, number 40.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, Rob, bro. As soon as I saw him play that first game, exhibition against the Sydney Elite, I was like, hey, James Tui's going to have a field day. And then I kind of talked to Max, and he's like, hey, bro, he's watching tape, bro. He's watching tape of him, man. That's what you need to do, man. It doesn't matter who you're versing. It doesn't matter how much of an exhibition game. You got to watch your tape, man. And that's how the elite kind of stay elite.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about that. Kind of James Tui, hey, bro, that's my man.
James, man. Tui, bro. Yeah, I'm practicing with the Kings right now, and I practice with his older brother all the time. It was funny after the game when they posted the highlights of, I think you posted them, me and Tui, like a little connection thing. Mm-hmm. Alex hit me up. He was like, hey, big bro's tough, huh? I was just laughing my ass off. But, yeah, he's really, I think he's a smart defender. He knows what he's capable of, and, like, he knows his weaknesses. So, as far as, being able to come off a switch, knowing who to force certain ways and stuff like that. He held his own against Rob Collin. Obviously, like, at the beginning of the game, we talked about it. He was like, yeah, we can switch, whenever you need, or this and that. And so, sometimes you put me on Rob, sometimes, like, but majority of the time, he's like, I got Rob. I'm like, cool, you got it. By all means, take it. That's a good assignment for you, bro. But, yeah, he's actually a really smart player. Me at the forefront being the point guard and him being the two. He kind of let me do my thing on offense, but defensively, he was kind of our defensive captain, making things happen and, getting those easy steals for those fast breaks for us to, make a showtime for everybody. So, yeah, he's really a joy to play with, and I can't wait to see him during the NBL1 season.
Yeah, man, because I love that Canberra Gunner squad, man. Like William Mayfield, Glenn Morrison.
Yeah,
They know their system, but they've been playing together for a while. So,
yeah.
and they're going to be up there. Last year, they lost the grand final in the NBL1 East up
Hmm.
against Maitland Mustangs. And man, I think they're going to have a point to prove this season. So it's going to be an interesting watch. And hey, if you follow the NBL1 East, man, follow Love of the Game, because we got an NBL1 East show every week for you. I'm recapping every single performance. Now, number 2 headline for the week, I got Athien and Nathaniel Chappel. Those two boys found themselves in the limelight playing for Dream 116. And bro, they're playing in front of a whole Chinese audience there, where you don't know exactly who can sign you up, who's watching. And hey, them two boys balled out, man. Especially Athien. I want to talk about his game, because he played all 3, and he played UBL action, and he dominated every single game. What's impressed you the most about Athien?
So actually, Athian's my boy too. I played with him a lot out in KGV with some of the guys back last time I was out here in Sydney. Very talented guy. Since the last time I've been here, his shot got way better, and he's just matured, and super athletic too. And he's a pretty smart player as well. And he's very. I think he's one of the most defensively capable people like on that floor that night. So ultimately, like, yeah, he was just doing a lot, man. I was just like, wow. And I'm like, there's a reason why they want to sign him. I was like, it's funny. I was talking a little shit before. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy they signed you before they signed me. But nah, it's all love at the end of the day. But ultimately, yeah, he kind of fascinated me, man. He really was. He was showing off at that point. It was just funny. And I seen some highlights. I think he dunked on somebody really bad, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy. So yeah, he impressed me more than I thought, because I haven't really gotten a chance to see him play since the last time I've been out here. But yeah, he's doing real good.
Yeah, man, but he was surprised me with his threes also, man. He had little moves, little crossover, step back, bro. He was even pulling some one-legged threes. I was like, God damn.
No, it was crazy. I was like, what is he on, man? I was just laughing, bro. It was just too funny to me.
And the other one is Nathaniel Chappel. Played the one-on-one also, man. He was dunking everything. But there's one play you got to talk about it.
Yeah, man.
I think
It was
he did a
crazy,
chase down
bro.
block on you. Were you
It was
expecting
crazy.
that? Did you see
Nah,
him?
bro, I saw him, but he was at half court by the time I was at the free throw line. And usually I have like a one step to take off. But like I didn't know this kid, so it was like I didn't know if he was gonna try to jump with me or anything like that. And so I just kinda wanted to go for a rim grazer. And like being that I just came off a UBL game, like obviously I wasn't in the best physical shape. So I was like, let me just go for a rim grazer. I wasn't trying to like throw anything down. But it was just funny because like usually like somebody says wolf or like somebody's coming, like watch out, and I'm like, okay, I can pump fake. He's just gonna go over me. I'll throw a layup up. But nah, I went up. Sure enough, I'm going. I'm ready to hear the ooh, like everybody's like, yeah, he dunked it, but then I just get blocked. I'm like, damn. I was like, damn, that's crazy. So I kind of got a little irritated, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just drop like 12 straight or something like that. And I kind of went crazy after that. But it was just, yeah, that was kind of the moment where I was like, yeah, I got to redeem myself. Like, there's no way I just got blocked.
Because that's the thing, man. Because the way I saw it play out was I saw you had about 2 steps on him. And I was like, oh, there's no way he's going to jump. And then, bro, he did. He got it. And the thing that made my day was just like his smile after. He's like, hey, yeah, I got it.
Nah, I patted bro. I patted him on the back. I was like, yeah, good block, bro. You got me.
But hey, true to your word, that's when you did your heat check moment. I think that I posted up. You hit 3 threes in a row, no look dime to Matty Gray for the dunk. And that kind of ended the game. After that moment, that was pretty much GG's after that. So, yeah, but I had to give a special shout out to them too, because, yeah, you never know who's watching. They took the opportunities, and fingers crossed it opens up a lot of doors for them. My number 3 UBL headline of the week actually goes out to promote the GOAT and Zac Roberts for showing love to kind of the whole UBL and Sydney basketball community, because, bro, this shit takes time, bro. Honestly, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And as you said, with the videos that we're kind of posting, you kind of got noticed to play for like the whole crossover thing. Athian kind of putting like all these little things, man. You never know who's watching, and it can kind of open up so much more doors. So I do want to give a special shout out to those two guys because yeah, I respect. I'm doing the same thing, and bro, it takes a lot of time, bro. So a lot of love to them because yeah, man. Sydney basketball kind of needs to take a bit more kind of claim of like they're actually here, and as I said, Love of the Game is going to have that covered with the whole NBL1 East coverage this season. But also, you are pretty close with Promote the GOAT. What's that kind of been like, and how they kind of help Sydney basketball?
Josie, man, she's a great person. Last time I was out here, she showed a lot of love because I think I was with Hesh, Chol, and I think Patero, a couple other guys. We were all just chilling and stuff. We were hooping like damn near every day. Summer 2022, I want to believe. And I met Josie at one of the runs, and she was just so like loving and just embracing, just making me feel at home and stuff. So she kept track of my career. We had this little park takeover with Cam Wilder way back when, and I wasn't even supposed to play in that. It was funny because I was supposed to be on the sideline just watching. I was with my boy Isiah Pinder, and I was in street clothes, bro. Straight. I think I had sweatpants, like a nice white tee on, my chain, some Air Forces. And Brefo came up to me. He's like, "Hey, bro, my back hurts, bro. Like, I need a sub. Like, please help." I'm like, "Bro, I have no gear. I don't know what you want me to do." He's like, "If I find you gear, will you hop on the game for me?" I was like, I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I got you, bro. It is what it is. And I ended up showing out. And then Josie put it everywhere. And, it blew up. And it was just like, it was cool because it was just so like, the thing I like about Sydney is that it's very immersive. Like everybody sees one thing and everybody's like, wow, that's so cool. And they want to be like a part of that. And so I'm hoping that with the basketball world here, since it's blowing up, people are getting more in tune with what's going on around the area and stuff like that. I'm hoping that like people are more, active in the basketball community. So, ultimately I think Josie's, at the head front of that as well, being able to put everybody in a perspective to like, stay engaged, being able to say, oh, this guy's here, or this happened or that happened. And so she's always showing love to me too, whenever I have something going on. So I really appreciate her for that. Shout out to Josie. Love that girl.
Yeah, because man, I saw her on there on the Sunday posting up all the videos, and but I was like, bro, Friday, Saturday, I've got to take the wife out and things like that. She's like, no, you're not going again, no chance. And then saw her post all the videos, and bro, they were quality videos, man. So, hats off to her because yeah, it's kind of doing it out of love. So if anyone does see Zach, just say thank you to them, bro, because yeah, they're doing some great work there.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about yourself. What was your love of the game moment for basketball? When did you go, you know what, this is actually what I want to do?
I've been brought up in a very athletic family. I had an uncle who played baseball up until like the minor leagues, and he was going to go play in the MLB. But due to injuries, he couldn't pursue that dream. So he bought a court for me and my brothers. I got two older brothers, and we were really young. I think I was about 3 or 4. And he bought a little hoop for us. And my brothers we're about 2 years apart each. My oldest brother is about 4 years older than me, and my older brother is about 2.5 years older than me. So I grew up very competitive with them. And obviously, me being the youngest, I'm always getting picked on. So
You get no foul calls.
yeah, right. So I'm out here getting thrown against the fence and everything. So yeah. So I grew up in a very physical aspect. So me, like I'm more like out of all of us, I'm the more artsy type of person. Like not a lot of people know that about me. Is I love music. I like making music. I love art. I love all that stuff. So it's like in the beginning stages of basketball, I did it for fun. But when I lived with my dad, he wanted us to take it kind of serious. As far as my older brothers being older, like in their teens and stuff, I was still a boy. And I wasn't ready for that. So I kind of dropped the ball for a minute. Like I was just like doing other things. I was like pursuing acting, like dancing and other stuff. And then I think my 7th grade year, I didn't make the team. Because like I want to say in America, year 7 is like the year where everybody's like, all right, we're athletic, like we're hitting puberty, let's do this thing. So my brothers were really, really good at basketball and football growing up. So everybody knew the Washingtons back in Gilbert, Arizona. And so it was a big thing for me to, be on the team. So the fact that I didn't make it, I was distraught. Like, I remember walking home. I walked to my brother's school because they had tryouts at the same time. And my dad was there. I didn't expect him to be there. And I walked up, and the first thing I did was just start crying. I was like, damn, I didn't make the team. I was just so disappointed. But that next year, I made it. And then I want to say my freshman year of high school, year 9, I was like, yeah, like after that season ended, year 9 year, I was like, yeah, I need to take this serious. Like, I love this game too much now. And I think that year 9 to year 10 transformation, I think I dunked my first time in year 9. So the potential for me was like, it went from like this to like up. And then I hit 2 more inches. I was at like 6'2" or something like that. So like now it's like everybody's in the head like, oh, he can actually be something. So my dad put me in some like basic fundamentals training and stuff like that. So that's when I was really like, yeah, I want to go to college for basketball. Like, I'm really about this stuff. So I took it very serious. My year 10 year, ended up making varsity, doing all 3 years varsity, and then going to JUCO from there. And I think that moment from year 9 to year 10, when I was like just that young and shaped my mindset to be like, we want to take this serious, has never changed because like I'm a gym rat. Like I'm always in the gym. My dad, like, he'll give me the car whenever I go home, and I'm like, he's like, when are you coming back? I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm like, we'll see. But yeah, it's just never changed since then. Like, I've always loved being in the gym. Like, that's just like my favorite place to be.
Yeah, man, it's gangster that you kind of had that moment with your dad when you were in year 7, and you kind of used that to fuel you instead of kind of like going the other way. So
Yeah.
do your 2 older brothers still play or nah? They're done.
Nah, man. So my oldest brother, he got to junior college, but he had some conflicts in with the team and stuff like that, and I think that kind of steered him away from the game, and he didn't really have a love for the game anymore. And so he was just like, yeah, I'm just going to drop it. So he just kind of dropped it, and then he just went to school. And then my older brother, I always get on him because I'm like, why didn't you keep playing? He was really good. He was a solid point guard, one of the smartest players I've ever like played against. Like, he was just always knowing how to do the right thing, and he had one of the purest shots ever. But like, he could have easily went to college. He just didn't want to play anymore. He went to school, got his finance degree, and now he's doing finance stuff. So, not saying like basketball shapes your future, but he's doing really good things for himself anyways, as I always thought he would. So, yeah.
Beautiful, man. So then, after the whole college experience, you kind of found yourself in Sydney playing for the Sydney Comets, your first professional time overseas.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, and what did you learn?
Comets was a very I think it was a good experience for me as far as growing and, really developing the maturity that I needed to be able to keep the longevity in the game. Knowing how to operate and knowing how to carry yourself is a very, very big thing when you're professional because, you're always in the limelight. People all want to know who you are. Kids look up to you. So it's like you got to figure out how to carry yourself, especially in public. And so, media training is big, all that stuff. So, I think they really helped me understand everything in the aspect of, really like the community, being involved and like carrying yourself as such, like as a guy who's like looked up upon, and I always thank them for that. I love the organization and, I wish more success for them and their future endeavors as well.
Now, look, yeah, you came to Australia first time. Who was that one person that you kind of went like, hey, you know what? Like, I appreciate you for kind of like showing me around or just being there for us. Was there one player in particular or one person?
There's a lot of people I owe thanks to. Um, I'll say one of my good friends, Maddie Smith, my other good friend, Nate Brown. He's been, a really good friend, good mentor as far as, navigating this pro stuff, especially in Australia. Um, Isiah Pinder, we went through a lot together, so we share that same uh, the bond with that. Um, Hesh, some of my boys I play with at KGV, you know, they all help me out as far as, knowing how to navigate Sydney and NBL1 and all that stuff. Ultimately, oh, and my boy Will Cranston. None of this would have happened without my boy Will Cranston. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I wanted to ask you, man, because I saw you, I saw when you gave me the rundown, you played for Regis University.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same university, that's one in Colorado, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
With William Cranston Lown and Christian Little. Was he
Yeah.
there also?
He graduated the year before me. So he was there in Denver. Like, he lived there, but he didn't play with us. But I'm really good friends with Christian. I was actually working out with him in LA before I came out here. So, yeah. We were all in the same community doing the same stuff and hooping together and all that.
Yeah, so look, my next question, big question. NBL1 East, is that a dream for you to come back into this league? And if you are, what can the NBL1 East fans and NBL1 fans expect from you?
So, NBL1 East, man. You can expect my face to reappear. I just committed to a team, and I'm for sure. I'm for sure going to be out there again, playing against the guys, and I'm ready. I'm ready for this experience again. I'm super excited. I got a lot to prove, and I got a lot to show. So I'm doing nothing but keeping my head down, putting in the work, making sure everybody glows. But I can't give any names yet as far as where I'm signing because, until I sign, I can't really explicate that. But, just know it's going to be a really good season and I'm looking forward to a lot. I can't wait to play against my boy Christian. I got a couple other guys in the league. I'm ready to kick their ass. So, yeah, I'm really excited to be back. That's the big thing for me. I'm really excited.
Yeah, man. And it's going to be a pleasure watching you play because, you play basketball the right way. And as I said, we don't know what team yet, but yeah, it's going to be a gangster watch and can't wait to love the game. Can't wait to kind of follow your NBL1 East season and hopefully from there kind of takes off. Now, look, before we end the show, I've got 3 love of the game questions that I want to ask you. Now, roles reversed. There's a young kid from Australia that's going to actually go play in college. What advice would you give him or her on how to kind of maximize that opportunity?
So one thing about America is that it's very flip-flop from Australia. And sometimes it can be political, but as long as you work hard and stay in the gym and show that you're worthy of being there, results always show. I've done nothing but work hard my whole life. I've always been an underdog. And the fact that I'm where I'm at now is a testament to my hard work, what I did. So hard work can really take you far if you're willing to put in that work. Um, Americans are a bit, abrasive. They're very straightforward. So, don't take criticism, yelling, to heart. You just kind of got to in through one ear out the other. And, obviously, look for the message below the yelling and look for the message below the delivery because a lot of people will be like, wow, coach is yelling at me and shut down and not know what to do. And I'm like, nah. He's yelling at you because he believes in you. You just got to figure out what he wants out of you so that he's not yelling at you anymore. And so at that point, that's where you kind of got to mature and, got to be like a basketball player. Like, what am I doing wrong? Let me figure it out. Just be responsible. You're in a new country. Don't be a dickhead, man. Just, do your work, do what you need to do. If you really want to take basketball serious and become a pro and be really good at the college level, you know what you have to do. Just do it. You got school, you got homework, you got hours in the gym you got to do. Just get everything done so that you're good at the end of the day because a lot of people go over there and forget, their true purpose. And when you forget your true purpose, you're not going to perform the way you should. So just get your stuff done and do what you need to do. But also have fun. It's America, man. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. A lot of people don't understand too that the whole coaching system in America is fucking messed up, man. It's a cutthroat industry, that one, man. So you just got to kind of put your head down, work hard, and if not at that team, maybe some other teams kind of watching you also, and then you can kind of transfer over. But my question number 2, if we could pinpoint your favorite basketball memory, what would it be?
Ooh, favorite basketball memory, man. Honestly, it would probably be when me and Cranston, me and Will, we played at Regis about 2.5 years ago. Dang, I'm getting old. And we were on a 14-0 win streak. And like just after every game we won, we just go so crazy. And like it just felt good. Like, because it feels good to win, but when you're winning 14 times in a row, it's just like, wow, this is insane. Like nobody can beat us. And so yeah, it was just a high that you did not want to come off of. And so we got a taste of that, and we just kept winning, and we kept winning, and we kept winning. It didn't stop. We were in the newspapers, like people were writing about us, and I think we were ranked. At one point, we were ranked top 10 in D2 nationally. So I think we were 8th. We probably got to about 6th or 7th. Like we were up there. So yeah, it was just fun, and it was hilarious because while we were up there, my old school, Fairmont State, was right above us. They were like, I want to say 4th or 5th. So everybody's hitting me up like, oh, your team's up there. I'm like, yeah, we cover for you and stuff like that. So we were just talking a bunch of shit. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite memories. Just keep on winning. And honestly, it's awesome just winning with your team, man. And obviously being a part of that, being on the floor, blood, sweat, and tears together, and just on the floor doing what you got to do to win, man. That's one of the best feelings. Like just knowing you're going to war with your brothers and you coming out with the win. That's just can't be beat, man.
Yeah, playing winning basketball, bro, nothing beats it. Now, man, that was one of my pet peeves, bro. Will, Cranston, Lown, pretty much back-to-back MVPs. Man, I thought he was going to get an NBL1 opportunity this season, whether it was like a player development contract, whatever, bro. He deserved a shot. But yeah, it didn't happen. So yeah, fingers crossed. Interesting time for his career.
In due time, man. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of waiting, man. He knows his time is coming, and I know it's coming, and I think everybody's taking notice. I've heard his name in a couple conversations, so when you're a household name or just a topic of discussion, like there's no doubt that something's coming. Like there's a blessing coming your way.
100%. And being a left-hander, man, it's kind of different. And bro, he's so smooth with it. So it's good to watch. And at the end of last year, man, I don't know if you saw a few of his alley-oop dunks.
Of course. I literally hit him up. I'm like, you're dunking now? Because it'd be funny. We'd be at Regis, he'd be doing all these dunks and missing. He'd be cursing me out and stuff. And then now he's doing this shit in games. I'm just like, what is going on, bro? Like, it was hilarious. But nah, he's my boy. I'm like, even when I wasn't playing in the last season, I was keeping up with Maitland and a couple other teams. But Maitland specifically because those are my guys from college. So I kept up with Little and Cranston, and yeah, they was just killing the league. I was just like, yeah, I'm happy for these guys. Super excited to see what the future holds for both of them.
Yeah, no, it's good that they got the dub. Now, my last and final question: 5 minutes before game time, you got your headphones on. What song you listening to?
Ooh, hey, I love this one because music is my thing. All right, hey, honestly, so I'm an overthinker, right? So I got to play something smooth. And usually it depends on my day. So my pregame ritual is usually I get a coffee. And then I'll shoot around, do what I have to do. And then I'll go sit in the locker room and play music for about 15 minutes. I cue about 3 to 4 songs. So the last song that I play before I step on the floor has to be a smooth song. So I'm probably going to play Marvin Gaye. I'll probably play Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye.
Fuck, man, I'll rate that song. I love that song.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same, man. Like, a lot of people listen to all these, like, hype-up music. I'm one of those ones where I kind of listen to, like, that little reggae, old-school music and things like that. Yep. To kind of just, like, relax me, man. Where you just kind of, like, listen to the words.
It's the calm before the storm, man. It's the calm before the storm. That's what I need.
A lot of the players, I kind of ask about, like, what song do you want? Like, what song would you play for your song? And they give me all these songs. And I'm a country man, listen to reggae music and old school hip hop. So I was kind of like, man, I don't know. My playlist is running out with these videos, man. So.
I mean, I could put you on. I know a lot of music, but
Yeah, but you know what? I would appreciate that.
yeah, I had a TikTok account that I was doing over the summer in America. I was just doing a lot of like underground music and stuff. So like all my playlists are public and stuff. So if anybody wants to go and add them, like all on there.
Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up. And hey, you're talking about yourself having a few songs out there. Is there one on Spotify published out?
No, these are songs that I hold dear to my heart. But I create music, and I keep it in like a little folder on my phone. Sometimes I'll just listen to them. It's kind of like my little journal. I like whenever I'm in an emotional state, or just times I want to make music. I'll make it, and then I'll store it in a journal, and then like months later, I'll just come back to it and I'll listen to the whole thing, and I'm just like, it brings back a lot of memories for me.
I respect that because, man, when you kind of just like watch you, the way you kind of handle yourself, you're kind of at peace with yourself. You're kind of at peace with everything. Taking the journey as it comes and putting the hard work in, and then kind of seeing the results take fruition. And congrats on the NBL1 East deal for whichever team it is, and can't
Yes,
wait
sir.
to actually watch you play this season because I'm actually going to be covering the Bankstown Bruins, doing the commentary and stuff. So it'd be good to kind of catch you on one of the games.
Yeah, let's get it. Super excited. Yeah.
Nah, beautiful,
Congrats on
man.
that as well. Congrats on that Bankstown gig, man.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah, when I
huge.
first started Love of the Game, that was one of the dreams, one of the little stepping stones, and kind of got that. So yeah, from there, kind of excited to see where Love of the Game takes off. But at the same time, it's all about you guys, kind of just promoting you guys and kind of giving yourself some extra exposure. And you never know where that can kind of lead you guys. And then from then on, hopefully one of you guys take off and then bang, come back to Love of the Game, give us a little chat.
Let's get it. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to get back on the show, man.
Beautiful, man. Yeah, look, I want to say thank you for joining the show. And
Yep.
my last and final question, what's next for Elijah Washington? What's the dream?
Honestly, have a really good season. Be on a winning team. Try to get the NBL1 championship. Obviously, that's the main goal over anything. And then I want to take my talents overseas, man. I want to hit Asia. I want to go to Europe. I just want to travel the world and, just take this orange ball with me and my girl as well. Just have us see the world at the same time, man. I want to do my dream since I was 5, man. It's always been to play basketball professionally, and I'm ready for it to take it up a notch. I think this is the time for me to really like kick it into gear.
Hey, is she with you also? He back in Australia?
Yeah, she lives here. We actually live together. So
Oh, beautiful. That's beautiful. You've got a ride or die. That's hectic.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. Once again, thank you, and we'll definitely stay in tune. And
Appreciate you,
can't wait to
brother.
see where you go. And up the Glebe Magic this weekend, eh?
Yes, sir. Let's get it done.